This man drove home from work, and his two dashboard cameras caught something really spooky, and apparently the video quickly spread across Thailand's news. On the right side of the screen there seemed to be a dark shadow person standing against the wall. But then we checked the rear camera and there was no one there. How eerie. People wondered if the CCTV camera might have caught this by chance, and that this figure was perhaps watching passing cars. But the fact that the rear camera didn't capture any of that, that's pretty mysterious. What do you guys think? Did the CCTV camera capture a ghost here? Or was something else going on? Certainly does not look normal to me. In the following video, was traveling on a narrow road in the middle of nowhere one night. Apparently this area is pretty notorious for scary incidents that have been reported over the last 100 years. The most common story, however, is the one about the lady in red, who can be seen ever so often, standing on the side of the road and looking at passing vehicles. It is said that she lost her life in this very area a long time ago, but that her spirit is still haunting these grounds. The man was pretty uneasy after noticing a figure in what appears to be a red dress. He states that all he wanted is to get home as soon as possible after noticing this thing on the side of the road. And I suppose it will remain a mystery if that was actually the lady in red or just a lost person. Frank sent me the following capture of a man who was on a nightly ghost hunt in a not further disclaimed area. Aimed with his flashlight, it appears that he is scouting out some sort of retail or office building, and he might not be alone that night. A light object seems to peek into the frame from the right lower corner. No idea what it is. But it doesn't end there. Is a face looking at our investigator from behind this metal frame. Unsettling. The following video was sent by Gregory, and he tells me that he found it in a paranormal thread on Reddit. Apparently it was captured by a couple who went on a nice vacation together. After a long flight and a well-deserved meal, both of them decided that a little rest would be a good idea. The lady that was recording with her cell phone stated that her fiancé took a little nap while she was documenting their hotel room for friends and family. Shortly after starting the video, she thought that she saw something out of the corner of her eye. full creepy head is coming out of the closet area. There seems to be a woman standing in it. Coincidence? A skid perhaps? It is unexplained what exactly was going on here, or why the lady was focusing so much on filming her fiancé in bed at the end. A pretty spooky recording nevertheless though, isn't it? The following video was shared by user Beats by Richie. Richie is a young aspiring music producer and he mostly shares his creative work on his very own profile. Today, however, we want to check out a recording that Richie described as quite unusual and terrifying. The video was recorded one evening by his girlfriend and they both were spending the night watching movies and talking about life. The clip starts with Richie relaxing on the bed, and just a brief moment before the short video ends, this appears on video.
Damn, are you checking yourself out?
Come on.
Cock?
A creepy head is visible in the right top corner of the screen, a head of somebody that was not accounted for. It is safe to say that the two were spending the evening alone, so after seeing this, the couple suspected that they might have caught something from another plane, a ghost perhaps. What else could this have been? It does not look like an arm or a body part, making this sighting even more creepy. Do you think they captured something paranormal that night? Luke has sent me the next video, and it was recorded by a paranormal investigator called David Rojas in a rural town in Mexico. Apparently he was investigating a case of a haunting in an alley that was haunted by a spirit of a child, which has been seen by several homeless people in the area. Other people say that she also can be seen roaming the streets at night. Notice how a transparent and mist-like apparition is crossing the screen from the right towards the left side. What do you see? Could it be a female spirit? Is it a child? Maybe some other strange anomaly even. If we go by height alone, I would say it looks like an adult spirit. But I might be wrong. Let me hear what you guys think. The following incident took place in an older office building in which many people have reported to have seen eerie events and even inexplicable ghost sightings in the later hours of the evenings. As a lady steps into this narrow elevator, something creepy unfolds. Nobody there. There appears to be a mechanical malfunction. What a ride to hell. Well, she obviously is pretty afraid at this point. The elevator seems to be falling. JC has sent in the following clip, which is a bit older but still extremely creepy. The description reads, possibly a ghost apparition was caught on tape. This week, during a visit to the old World War II tunnels, the camera started to go crazy and was malfunctioning at the lower levels of the tunnels. Strange EVPs were caught on tape during the filming. These tunnels are not open to the public. This week, a small group of engineers were sent into those old World War II tunnels. The deepest part of the tunnels is approximately 1,500 feet into the ground and can be reached via several steps and wooden slides leading to the bottom. These tunnels were used for mining purposes before the World War. So, are we seeing a real ghost here from the olden days? Or is this just a video trick? The next video comes to us from Filthy Investigates, the Phantom Watcher. Phil is from Brisbane, Australia, and is an avid ghost hunter. He often will livestream his paranormal investigations for his viewers to be able to interact with him and experience the hauntings in real time. The clip we will be taking a look at today comes from one of his live streams. In this particular one, Phil is visiting an abandoned farmhouse that is said to be haunted. In the stream, he's exploring entirely alone. He spent some time inside the home, and it doesn't take long until he starts experiencing some paranormal occurrences. Knocking noises and even a few voice-like sounds can be heard around the house.
Do you mind if I smoke in your house? Can you repeat that? Do you mind if I smoke in your house? Something just hit the phone. And again.
It is only once Phil spends some time in the dark living room that he catches something shocking.
doorway. Nothing on that.
Phil is sitting in silence. Suddenly, a dark shadow appears to move directly behind Phil. This could not possibly be Phil's own shadow based on the way he is moving or the lighting in the room. Is this one of the spirits said to haunt the famous farmhouse? Many viewers are saying this is most likely a shadow figure due to the human-like form and tall stature. But let me know your thoughts. This video was recorded by a user called Cable Car Spy, and she states that one night when she was home alone in the house, she heard some inexplicable noises from the second floor. And then a moment after, the door in the living room started to move on its own. That's when she started recording. She shared the clip on Reddit afterwards and was looking for help. Let's check that out.
Okay, I don't know what is going on here. Oh my god. Oh my god. No way. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. No way. No way. There's nobody here. There's nobody here. There is nobody here. This is insane. Oh my god.
Did you notice it? Let's check that again. A man is peeking down the staircase to the left. And no, apparently it was not another family member. She didn't notice it at first, only after watching the replay. Which is pretty weird, isn't it? So we can rule out an intruder, if it isn't a friend of hers. Maybe a paranormal incident. Now we are taking a look at another really odd dashcam recording, which was taken by a man who was on the way home one night. He tells us that it is pretty uncommon to come across people on that road, since it's very narrow and not intended for pedestrians. It was also very late that night, slimming down the chances that anybody would decide to walk these streets. Nevertheless, he came across a strange woman. The woman seems to be wearing red clothing of some sorts. But she's not carrying any light source, meaning that she must have been walking up that road for hours in pitch darkness. But the man didn't think anything of it and drove past her, only to run into her again a few minutes later. How was that possible? How could the lady be walking up this pitch-black mountain road faster than a car? Of course this is impossible, and the man was sure that he must have captured a ghost that night. The following video was uploaded by user Bunnytoes. She states the following: unknown voice, unknown entity. A couple of years ago, I gave my old iPhone SE to my grandkids. They like to take a bunch of pictures and videos, so I went through it to delete stuff to make sure they have space. I was going through their phone on Christmas Eve 2018 when I came across this video. This video shook me to the core though. After 2 years, this still creeps me out and I still think about this almost every day.
Let's change your butt. You smell like you poopy.
What do you guys think? Could they capture the spirit of their grandma here? Or was something else visiting from another realm? Maybe even a shadow person? The following video was shared by a family who say that they have been traveling at the time and they were staying at a hotel room. As their son was recording a little video diary, they might have captured something else as well. They are pretty certain that this was a ghost that was standing just millimeters behind their mother. What makes this even stranger is that this ghost looks like a close family member they have lost not too long ago, which might mean that their loved one was visiting them that day and taking part in the video diary. If that's not the case, how else do we explain this? This is pretty scary for sure. Was this just video editing, or was there something else going on? The next clip was found on Reddit and sent to me by Paul. He stumbled over it while browsing the paranormal section, and following video caught his interest. User I will stay Anon, thanks, has shared this footage a few days ago after capturing something unusual in an old church. Apparently the user was very interested in urban exploring, and the night in question, his destination of choice was the following 125-year-old abandoned church, and apparently is still in incredible shape, with its intact glass windows and the red velvet church pews. However, urban decay is slowly taking over this wonderful place. And it is said that, for whatever reason, the creepy basement, which is dark as night, is apparently haunted. Our explorer basically just was out to hunt for some exciting shots that night, and of course was hoping for some thrills. In the end, he might have gotten more than he was hoping for though. In his own words, he tells us, "I don't know what I have captured that night. It was all normal at first, while I was exploring the empty rooms, until a point when the following happened." The door is opening by itself. Very scary indeed. However, there also seemed to be a crouched object that can be seen through the glass, possibly the reason for the door opening. But what was it? If we believe our explorer, the place was empty, and he made sure that nobody else was there at the time. Of course, you never have proof for that. Was it maybe a homeless person that is living in there? Or was this a paranormal encounter? Okay.
Right up there, that's the sweet spot, right where that son of... He's always there. He's gonna push me down the stairs someday.
This is an update on the continuous haunting that Donny Drunkard is experiencing in his home. In the past 2 years, he has filmed quite the number of terrifying events. Just to recap, a malevolent shadow figure is occupying his house, which he could even capture on film in the past. And believe me if I tell you that he had tried many times to expel this being in the past.
I heard you. You are not welcome here.
In this particular recording, one of Donny's stationary cameras upstairs apparently caught the shadow figure entering his bedroom before leaving it again, while he and his dog Terry were sleeping.
You saw him too. You saw that too, eh? Standing about this tall, rounded. It was a see-through black, just mass. It was there for 10-15 seconds when I opened up my eyes. As I went to get my phone to record, it just went zip, zip, off right down the hallway.
And the last scary incident we will check out today is paranormal activity unfolding in his kitchen, while a black flying object is recorded by another camcorder in his basement. Truly magnificent. What is your explanation for this? I do believe, Donny. These things don't look like they are caused by an ordinary human. Does his house contain a gateway, perhaps, similar to the haunting of the Lamb House? The following recording was shared by Random Doge 47, and she tells us, I went to the Hartwood Insane Asylum in the UK and captured something peeking out of the left window and moving away to the left side. The whole building is locked and the lower floor windows are far too high to reach. And even if someone got inside, the whole upper floors are collapsed. So this is impossible. Let's take a look.
Oh my god, I need to go. I get that on video. I've just got that on video.
Now, the girl and her friend are both noticing that there seemed to be somebody standing in the top left window, and I would agree, it certainly looks that way. It is also noticeable how this person or thing just moves towards the left. It would almost look like this thing is floating though, and not taking steps. Could that be so? Are we witnessing a spirit here that maybe was just visiting this old building? Maybe somebody that lost their life there, or was it just a regular person after all? What is your opinion? Very mysterious.
The
The next really unsettling clip has been shared by Sue LCR94, and it appears to feature a creepy looking thing that was positioned behind her husband while he was holding their baby. All of this was documented by their baby monitor, and when Sue realizes what got captured, she decided to share it with her audience.
So my husband's rocking the baby to sleep, and does anyone see this creepy figure on the floor behind them? What is that? It looks like there's like legs and arms and a head. What?
Let's take a closer look at that sighting. What are we working with here? Well, the first thing that pops to mind is just smudge on the lens. But is it really? Other viewers of hers pointed out that it could also be the spirit of a dog, which of course is also likely, if it is paranormal after all. What do you see in that apparition? Is it anything paranormal? Or are we looking at something else here? The next clip was recorded by a driver one night who was on his way home and was taking a local highway. He didn't notice anything out of the ordinary up until this point, but when the incident occurred, he saw a dark flickering object just standing in the middle of the road. An object that had human-like features based on his reports, and it becomes quite apparent that even the other drivers saw it too. It is not that easy to make out, but you can actually see the outlines of a shadow person that just appears on the road, and the cars are doing their best to avoid impact, making them swivel quite a bit, especially the car on the left. What's weird is that the cars in front don't seem to react all that much. Maybe that's because this thing appears right after the cars in the front have passed it. The driver says that he did not see anything up until he was about to hit this thing, making him believe that it could have been an actual spirit that manifested. Could this be so? How else could anybody end up on the middle of the road like that? Strange. The next clip was uploaded by the channel UFOs and Mysterious Creatures. There's not a lot of information available on the origin of the clips, however it's clear it was taken late at night in the forest. The cameraman was filming for reasons unknown. Perhaps to use the flash to illuminate their path. Regardless of the reason, the cameraman caught far more than just trees that night on camera. As the camera pans to one of the trees, a strange creature can be seen clinging to the trunk. The figure is a strange brown-gray color with red eyes and a weirdly shaped head. What do you believe this could be? This odd creature clearly startles the cameraman, who pans away quickly and can be seen running away from the area. It's possible this could be a monkey or another creature, but something about this sighting is just extremely creepy, from the strange head to the glowing eyes. What is your idea? Paranormal? A creature? Or something completely different? The following video is quite the strange one, and obviously a bit older. It is said that a group of friends went to a supposedly haunted and abandoned building in the woods. There's a local legend about a manangal creature that is stalking these parts of the woods, and some people swear to have seen it. The group arrived at this abandoned place in the hopes to capture it on video tonight. Let's take a look. I mean, it is certainly hard to say what exactly they came across here, I find. Some say that this thing reminds them of a vampire. Others believe this to have been a prank with some terrible makeup. Well, what do you believe? A manangal or Uncle Hank with a Halloween mask?